Hey everyone, welcome back to week 2 of conducting motor testing. This week we're going to be conducting 2 tests. The first is a clinical reaction time task and the second is an occluded catching task. The purpose of these tests this week is to evaluate the limitations on vision during time-constrained interceptive tasks. Okay, so this test is a clinical reaction time task.
Yeah.
So it's designed to assess your reaction time. What we've got is a ruler with a bottle cap on the end. I'm basically going to drop it and I need you to catch it as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So we've got you seated. Can I get you to put your arm out horizontally? It's your right dominant arm.
Yep.
With your hand hanging off the end of the table.
Yep.
I'm going to hold the ruler out in front.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to get your thumb and index finger ready and you're going to pinch the ruler like that when you go to catch it.
Yep.
So they need to be lined up with just with the top of the bottle cap there.
Yep.
So when you indicate that you're ready,
Yep.
I'm going to drop the ruler within 2 to 5 seconds. So
Yep.
it could be at any time. And then I just need you to catch it as quickly as possible.
Yep.
And hold on to it until I can note down the measurements.
Yep.
We've got the lines on the ruler there. So we'll start off with 2 attempts just to familiarise yourself before I... So now we're going to do our 4 attempts.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure when you do catch it, just hold it in that position so that I can measure from the top of your index finger.
Yep.
And second attempt. Last attempt. Okay, so I will review your results and we'll come back and talk through them.
Great.
Okay, so to go through the results now, your average reaction time after your 4 attempts was 187 milliseconds. So you had 14 centimeters, 18 centimeters, 18 centimeters, and 19 centimeters. So your reaction time of 187 milliseconds is a little bit longer than the normative data, but not too bad. The normative data for males is 175 milliseconds. So your results are pretty close to that, just a little bit above. It's quite a difficult test to actually improve your results on, but anticipation is one technique that can help you improve your reaction time. So one way to improve this would be by undertaking perceptual training using video footage in order to effectively increase your anticipation. Again, that's quite hard to do for this specific task, but when applying it to other areas, it can be one way of improving your anticipation in motor skills. So the second task that we'll be conducting is the occluded catching task. So this is to determine the processing time required for visual feedback to control your motor actions. So it's a little bit of a complicated setup, but what you'll be doing is attempting to catch a ball that I'll throw. However, you'll be behind a block and a screen, so that you have less viewing time and can't see the ball until a certain point when it passes that screen. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So to start off with, while you're seated there, we're going to have 8 throws for you to just familiarise yourself with it, without the screen there blocking. Now you're seated with the screen on the side of your non-dominant hand, yes?
Yep.
And so this should block the direction of where the ball's coming from. I'm going to be standing 3 meters away. So you're currently 30 centimeters from the screen.
Yep.
You'll have 4 attempts to catch the ball as it's going past. But if you're unsuccessful after 4 trials, then we move you back another 30 centimeters. Keep moving you back with 4 trials at each distance until you get a catch.
Okay.
So you're aiming to catch the ball each time, but if there's an attempt where you intercept it and just knock it down, that will also be recorded, but you are aiming to catch it with every single one. I will be throwing the ball. It would normally be bounced, but because we haven't got anything to bounce it off, and you could also get feedback from the noise, we'll be throwing it instead. So because you were unsuccessful on all those 4, we've moved you back another 30 centimetres, so you'll have a slightly wider field of view now the further back you move.
Yep.
And we'll have another 4 attempts at 60 centimetres.
Oh.
So you got a hit on that one. So we've recorded a hit at 60 centimetres, and we'll continue until we can hopefully get a catch.
Okay.
Hey, cool. So you were also able to get a catch at 60 centimetres. So now we'll review your results and come back. Okay, so now to review your results. So for both the hit and the catch, you got them at 60 centimetres, which means you had a processing time of 103 milliseconds. So in comparison to the normative data for males, this is really good. The average is 236 milliseconds processing time. So yeah, really good processing time. We don't really need to improve that, but if you did, similar to the last test, the best way to improve it would be through anticipation and